What up, players? Player One here, and today I'm gonna have the help of Kigerr here. We did a video in his channel talking about the 5 things that he wants to change in the game right now, and 5 things that I want to change in the game right now. Since Marvel Future Revolution is coming close to its 1-year anniversary patch. But now we're gonna go for the second part of this collab, and we're gonna bring down the tier list of companions that you guys are asking for it. So brace yourself because this could be bumpy. Let's go. Well, first of all, if you are not subscribed to Kigerr's video yet, here, go there. The name is really easy, unless if it's me speaking, because I messed up his name like 5 times already. It's Kigerr. So go for Kigerr, Marvel Future Revolution, and you're gonna find it there. And just subscribe, man. Check out his content. It's sick. But the second thing now, it's the companions.
Oh man.
Yep. We have currently, well, and let's take out the elephant of the room. We're not gonna talk about the common. They are trash. In my opinion, there's not a single one that deserves to be on the list.
But you don't want some chuckles?
Chuckles is the worst. Because every time that I had like a high percentage chance to get someone, Chuckles, 3 stars.
He's just laughing at you.
Yeah, he's always laughing. That's the troll. The troll in the game.
I mean, look at him. He's got to be.
Yeah, he's got to be. But this guy's so lovely. Okay, so let's move straight up
into the rares.
To the rares, starting with... And we're gonna go one by one, grading them from S, A, B, C, or D. That's the standard tier, so we're gonna do it. And after the video, you're gonna see on our Discord and probably in Marvel Future Revolution Discord as well the tier list, so you can grab it and use it however you want. So starting with Kassim. What do you think
Kassim?
About him?
So I did a lot of testing on him. His actual skill's kind of cool because it lowers their PvP decrease. It just ends up not being near as good as Gilgamesh or any other AoE companion. But what's really important about Kassim is when a new character comes out, his 5-star bonus and 6-star bonus is experience.
Mm-hmm.
So it helps you level up quicker with Kassim.
So it's a great character to have on the background, but it's a second tier Gilgamesh or...
War Machine would be the other AoE type.
So you will grade from S to D. What do you say?
I would give him an F if it wasn't for the XP gain. He's a D.
Okay, he's a D. Now for Donna.
Donna is really cool. Donna gives you type damage increase, so a character like Captain Marvel gets 0 out of her because Captain Marvel doesn't do any typed damage. But something like Storm or Star-Lord, which only does typed damage, there's been a lot of testing with Donna ports versus a bunch like the original Thor, and Donna ports beats out Thor in most game modes.
So Donna for Storm, for Star-Lord, it's a winner. And
especially in PvE specifically.
And for Spider-Man, Captain America, and Captain Marvel, it's a D.
Pretty terrible, yep.
Okay, so let's grant her a C because she can be...
somewhere in the middle.
Yeah, either a D or a B, depending on who you're going to use it. Then,
one of the very few rares that get used. Kaya, I'm not even going to talk about. That's... oof, it's an F.
So it's a D. Okay.
Yeah, the lowest.
The lowest. It's going to be
a
lowest of all. She's going to be the last one. Now comes my man. Volstagg.
Oh, Volstagg. Yeah, he's cool. So in PvP, healing and shields are 30% less than what they say on the number. So whatever he tells you is not true in PvP. It's about 30% less than that. Now, he gets really cool because his bonus, 5 and 6-star bonus, is range damage decrease. So if you're playing this cat and mouse game with Captain America or Storm or even Captain Marvel, something like the web shooter does a lot less damage to you because of the range, but the heal is ridiculous, especially with Captain America, because he has a skill that increases his own HP recovery, which stacks with Volstag's heal.
So for Captain
He's
America,
a solid B.
He's a solid B.
Across the board, solid B.
I would love if his healing were a little higher.
Oh, yeah. As you scale it up, I think it goes slightly over 6%.
No, even that. I was thinking something about 10%, 15%. That would be a
Yeah, I'm saying right now he maxes out at about 6%.
Now then we have Yoshitori.
Now, his skill and stuff isn't that good. The one thing to keep in mind about this guy is he has one thing that no other companion has in the game, and that's his equipment bonus of being crit rate.
Mm-hmm.
No one else has crit rate on their thing. But even with that, he's still a D.
Yeah, I like the way that he consumes one dodge, but it's only if he hits.
Yeah.
It should be like on the get-go. You go and consumes one. That would be a spider killer.
If it's going to already consume a dodge, they're going to use a dodge on it. But like I said, he has the one cool thing about being crit rate, which no one else has, even across the specials.
Then we go for Scrag.
Scrag is one of the most scary, cool ones there are. So the bonus effect is guard damage, and its skill effect increases the guard damage the target takes. This is a very important companion for Magneto invasion and the Doctor Strange invasion. Because Magneto, his second phase, is a guard break test, which Scrag does great on. And the first wave of the Doctor Strange invasion, the Four Eyes, only take damage from guard damage. So Scrag, I would give her a solid B, and if you're doing the invasions, definitely an A.
I like her, especially when she was released. I was thinking, okay, she's the perfect fit for Captain America.
Yeah.
She would help him like guard breaking like in a minute. So
him and Magic.
Yeah, and now Urs.
Urs gets the same kind of treatment that Kasim gets, because he gives you the XP gain. His is even better because it's just a collection bonus.
Yeah.
So, I mean, because you don't even have to use him, I give him a C.
Yeah, his skill is okay. That doesn't do nothing good, but extra XP, count me in.
The only thing he doesn't even have to be on your 4-piece to do anything.
Then, for me, the best one of the rares, of course, Ultron.
Now, on numbers, right? So Ultron is the more offensive one, and Volstagg is the more defensive one. They're kind of jockeying for which one's the best. They're both about the same overall. One's more offensive. Ultron gives you crit damage. Volstagg gives you range damage decrease. So whatever you're going to give Volstagg, you should give Ultron. The only difference being Ultron shield is just going to do that number regardless. Volstagg, if you have HP recovery, like I said, the trick with Captain America, can be better than Ultron.
So
whatever you give Volstagg, you have to give Ultron.
Okay, so it's going to be a B as well. Now imagine how cool it would be if that 50th thing that we discussed it on your video happened for these two characters, combining them.
Yeah.
And if you
then
don't know,
you can do both.
Yeah, if you don't know what I'm talking about, again, after you see this video, go to Kigerr's video, watch it. 10 things that we really think that the game should change, especially now that it's gonna be 1 year.
I should have piqued your interest right there, talking about using Ultron and Volstagg at the same time.
Now we have the newest, well, not the newest one because Valkyrie comes.
The second newest.
Yeah, this second.
Mighty Thor is super cool. So the last 4 or 5 characters we got, they've all had plus attack percent plus something else as their 5 and 6 star bonus. Mighty Thor still does that trend, but everyone, even your Moon Knight, is 4.5% for the attack, whereas Mighty Thor is 4.95 attack for the 5-star bonus, and a type damage resistance, which is really cool. Ignore all of that. Her skill is what we're here for. Her actual skill, Thundersphere, you were saying you hate Hulk, right?
Yep.
Bring her. Because when she does her skill, it chains off of opponents up to 250% bonus damage. So if they have a Hulk, it'll hit their Hulk then them, dealing bonus damage.
Yeah, no, I really like her skill kit. It's solid. The when transferring companion scheme is amazing. The stack shock is also good, and also the area damage. So yeah,
She's really amazing in Omega War because there's a bunch of people.
Yeah, for me, she is a better version of Tina. For a reason that
For
we're gonna
PvP stuff, yeah.
yeah, for reasons that we're gonna talk when we get to Tina. But for me, increasing damage skill, lovely.
I think she's a very high A.
Yep, A on my list as well. So S, that's the best. Now we go to the newest one, the lady with
Valkyrie.
the horse. Well, come here.
Valkyrie's really cool. I had really high hopes for her when I read her skill initially. The missile speed of the ability that she throws out is just way too slow. If it was sped up just a little bit, she would probably be the best thing we have for PvP, because she attacks 8 times, and if every 3 times she hits, she stuns and increases their skill cooldowns. So you stun them almost 3 times, which that should kill them on their own. And if you don't kill them during that time,
He's done.
they can't use their skills because of skill cooldown.
So Valkyrie, she's an S minus because what is lacking is speed on the lance. So or would you say S or A?
A. The moment they, I would give her an A right now, and if they increase the missile speed of her skill, she jumps up to S.
Then we have the hot-headed Ghost Rider.
Ghost Rider's really cool. He added a new mechanic in the game. Well, he gives you attack and defense for his bonuses, but he added a real new mechanic to the game right there. Before they made the changes to Star-Lord and such, normally burn is 20% bonus damage. Then they made the change to Star-Lord, which if Star-Lord is the one burning you, it's 27%. And now Ghost Rider is 32% if it's Ghost Rider does the burn. And he only does that when they're burned. Has a long stun. As you see, it says regardless of level, 2.3 seconds. So even at level 1, it just does that. This is a death sentence if you get hit by this by a flame Star-Lord.
Yeah, so but it's still so super specific, and that's the thing for me. That's what bothers me here. It's only used by Star-Lord.
Yeah, effectively.
Yeah. But well,
Solid.
maybe if we get another character later that do fire damage.
I mean, technically Iron Man does a bunch of fire damage, but no one uses those skills.
Yeah. I'd never
I
see
give
like
Ghost
a
Rider
kid.
B.
Then we have the Spider clone. I mean, the Spider-Man.
Yeah, we had the same issue that we had with Ghost Rider. Very, very specific. Only really works with Spider-Man. I have seen some fringe builds with Captain America's because, as you see, it says guard break high. Captain America's are doing some funny things where they guard break you, and then the Spider-Man summon cocoons you.
That's horrible. If you're not stunned, you are in a cocoon. So you're screwed anyway.
But like you said, it's very, very specific, just like Ghost Rider. I put him in the same category.
Then we have the man that I thought would be the new character, but it was his wife.
Vision's really cool. I had a lot of hope for him as a companion. His skill is an AoE reduced damage and does damage. And then his bonus effects are both defense type bonuses, crit damage decrease, and ranged or melee damage decrease. I don't remember, but they're both defensive. So he is really cool, but he never hits with his skill.
So he is like a C.
Yeah,
it would be amazing if he
the
hits.
Same issue that Valkyrie has.
Yeah.
If they made his attack a lot quicker, he would jump to like an A.
Stark, you're listening to this. Change it. Now, speaking of Stark, we have War Machine.
I don't even want to talk about this guy. I personally actually do use him, not as a summon, but on my board, because his bonus effects are melee damage decrease and melee damage, 5.15% on both. So me as a widow, I stick on you. I do a lot of dashes and I stay on top of you. So everything I hit you with, because I'm close to you, does bonus damage. And everything you hit me with, because I'm next to you, does less damage. So I will never use his skill, even though it's highest guard break. It'll never land. I like to have him on my board. I give him a D.
I would love that both War Machine and Loki was half as scary as they are when you're fighting against them. Because War Machine, when you're facing him, especially in Dark Zone.
When you summon War Machine, he looks like he's about to do something and really mess someone up, but then he just sits there and does a little spin.
A bummer. A dumber, let's say like this, because it's a D. Now we have...
my baby girl.
America Chavez.
This is my girl right here. So she is built to be the Hulk killer. The main issue being that Hulk, the biggest issue with Hulk is the thing that she doesn't stop, which is the taunt. So if they drop the Hulk, Hulk taunts you, Chavez kills the Hulk, but you're still taunted. What I really, really like about her is she does a bunch of things. She kills the Hulk. If you're against a magic, she kills their lieutenant. She kills the lieutenant. And if they don't have any of that, she punches them in the face.
Really, really hard. America
I think she's one of... Go ahead.
No, for me, she is one of the coolest effect ever when you see her in action.
She also does something really cool, as the strange special badges are based off of max damage rate, and her 6-star bonus is max damage rate.
Yeah.
So I give her our first S of the night.
So then it goes to my guy, the one that I would love to be useful in the game.
Oh yeah.
But is not.
So I still recommend him for PvE, mainly because his 5-star bonus and 6-star bonus are both super villain damage. And as you see, I really, really like him specifically for Alliance Raid, because the idea is you're all attacking him, so you should be guard breaking him, and he does bonus damage if the target's guard broken. But then we're in that same position that we talked about with Ghost Rider and Spider-Man. He does the thing, but you have to really, really work to get the thing done.
Yeah, and he's really good if you're using, as you said, Alliance Raid, or even if you're doing Dark Zone, but the PvE one without PvP, he could give you some extra boost to end the guys. But again, it's
I'm not going to be upset about... even if you're not going to use him as the summon, I'm not going to be upset in PvE by having him on my board for that 9% super villain damage.
Yeah. So he's gonna be a C.
He's an A on the thing that he does, but the thing that he does is such a small part of the game.
Now comes
the Jolly Green Giant.
Yeah, the A guy.
Yeah. So when he was released, he was the S of the S.
Yeah.
He's an extra body. He gets 100% of your HP at level 1, which that should scale. If you're going to have 100% of the HP, I want you to work for it.
Yeah.
Or even his provoke for 3 seconds should scale. Your level 1 does everything he needs to do.
No, the moment that he was released, we all screamed, "It's broken. It's so broken. It's gonna change the whole game mechanic." Well, we did.
And then they sold us the counter.
Yeah.
So when he was released, he was the SS plus. Now he's a solid A. You can use him in any of the PvP game modes, and he does the thing. But they're with Mighty Thor and Chavez, he just doesn't do anything besides that.
Yeah. Until Chavez was released, everybody used it. You cannot go for one PvP match or against an Omega War or even Dark Zone without having...
He also forces your opponent, right? If they don't have a Chavez, deal with my Hulk.
Yeah. And you have 20 hooks and same screen, jump in one place to the other. So what? Now, we have ways
Chavez, Mighty Thor, or you're dead.
Yeah. Now we have the guy that also should done that, but it doesn't.
Yeah, I think they were confused when they made Gilgamesh, because if you click the I just want you to bring this part up. If you click his bonus effects real quick, super villain damage and melee damage increase. I think they were confused when they made him. That would only ever be good on, Captain America and Magic, that gets up in the tussle for PvE only. They seem really confused. That puts him towards PvE, but then his skill does a stun that doesn't work on PvE.
It doesn't. You will never use it on PvE. You say, what? Why are we use someone that doesn't do that on PvE.
I think they were super confused when they made it.
Or
He was in the first wave of companions.
Or they try to do a mix it up. It's like, okay, he's gonna be half good for PvE and half good for PvP, and that's only.
Yeah. So the thing that he does is he's the best of the class of characters that we talked about before.
Mhm.
You have the War Machine, you have Vision, and then Gilgamesh is the best of those. But that class of characters are all shit.
Yep. So he's gonna be a C. Then we have Baron Mordo.
Mordo gave me a lot of hope for the game. He gives you HP and defense as his 5 and 6, which is ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
And his skill doing specific things based off of what character you're playing. I want to see more of that in the game. If I'm playing Tony Stark, I want War Machine to do something special.
Yeah. Like if it is War Machine with Iron Man,
then they both do the Unibeam.
Yeah, or now he do the party as well. You get
party time protocol.
You get 2 drones and then 2 drones from War Machine coming up, and then there's 4 of them like bombarding you from all over the place.
When they announced that Scarlet Witch was going to be the next playable character, I said in my mind, yeah, they gotta change Vision to do the thing.
Mm-hmm. But no.
But that never happened.
No.
They gave Mordo, which I guess, based off the movie, gives something, but...
Well, but Mordo, if you're playing with a Strange, a Magic, or Witch, it's a solid A.
Mm-hmm.
But for the rest...
Yeah, so the issue is everything he does is great. The issue is with those 3 characters. Yeah. He would be an S if those characters did the thing they were trying to do a bit better. And that's an issue with the characters, not with Mordo.
Mm-hmm.
Scarlet Witch has a really insane ultimate, but takes forever to cast. If you try to do that in PvP, you're dead before you cast it.
Yep.
Doctor Strange has a really cool ultimate, same issue. If you try to cast it, you're dead. Magic. Yeah, I mean, Magic's probably the best one for it, but Magic wants to do this interesting thing where Magic wants to cast her ultimate and then immediately get out of her ultimate. She doesn't want to stay in her ultimate, which Mordo does.
Yeah, I like the way that, for me, Scarlet Witch and Doctor Strange, when you use with Mordo, is not for PvE, but PvP, sorry. It's for Alliance, Omega Wars, or...
Yeah, you get the cooldown on the attack, which is plenty.
Yeah, and if you are building constantly in this 10 minutes time zone, your special, then it's gonna be released the ultimate. But for a single PvP, Dimensional Duo, never gonna happen. Never.
Mm-hmm.
So
but yes, holiday.
And then we go to Wong.
Wong is one of the coolest companions we've ever had. He would go up in value if we never had the Thanos badges. Because cooldown, stamina, as you see.
Yep.
With the Thanos badges, cooldown becomes less of a hassle. But Wong is, with the Alliance raids, the number one thing you would like to see when you're doing Laufey or MODOK. Even with the release of on your board Loki, Wong can just
remove the
wipe it away.
Yep.
And let's not even talk about all the fun jokes you can make, like, hey, anyone got a big Wong?
What's the biggest Wong here in the group?
Exactly. Can we have a big Wong for Laufey, please?
Can we compare our Wong size just to see whose Wong we're gonna wank it around in the battle? No? Okay.
But I give him an A.
Now for Daredevil. The man without fear and the man without a score.
Yeah, he's really cool because his bonuses are accuracy, rate, and crit damage. The defense collection stat is whatever. But his skill tries to be a counter to Spider-Man. They can't dodge, does a bunch of damage, and it also tracks really, really well. Meaning you throw him down, no matter where they go, the club's going to hit them.
Yeah. I like it. I like him. The only problem with me, for his kit, is how long his dodge disable thing works for. It's a worse version than Yandu. It's The damage is higher, but
So Daredevil hits like a truck.
yeah.
He will end up doing 3,000% damage as you get nanos and things like that. Which, I mean, a club can just kill a character on its own for the most part. But I would give him a B. He is like an A plus in Dimension Duel, but we're doing the rating based off of all game modes, right?
Yep.
So if we're doing it across all game modes, he's a B.
Now we have Yondu.
I'm a little upset with Yondu. As you just look at that right there, right? He's a farming character, XP and movement speed. Both things that you want in farming, right?
Yeah.
Overnight farming. He gives the most XP, right? His skill is really, really cool, specifically with Captain America, because it does the bleed, and he does bonus damage to bleeding targets, and they can't dodge. So if Yondu had a better 5 and 6, he'd be a lot higher. The cool thing to keep in mind is he does do AoE, and he also ignores invisibility, is a cool thing with his skill. So you can get a Widow that's invisible.
Yeah, and for me, he has the same problem that we just talked about Gilgamesh. Sure, XP and movement, farming, but then his skill is PvP, because we don't have like invisible characters in PvE or someone that he's gonna dodge it. No one dodges. They are coming blunt, straight for you. So
yeah, unfortunately, I have to give him a C. Nick has one use in the game at all, and that's Laufey. Because he gets everyone gets guard broken against Laufey. Nick Fury, even if your guard broken, gives you full guard meter back and guard damage immunity. It can have some fringe uses if you have him in the back, and if we did the thing that you wanted, where you had multiple options, he would be one to just keep on the side if
Just
you're against
waiting.
a Magic or a Captain America. But you just can't do that, right?
So he is like
A C.
I would say a D, but okay, I would save it for a C.
Like you forget how annoying Laufey is.
Yeah, but Laufey is just a character that we face in Alliance raids, and that's it. He was more used in the beginning of the game. When this was released, Nick Fury and Ultron, they were both most used because of the guard break and barrier, and etc. etc.
Nick Fury immediately jumps to an A if he becomes a targetable character, because he sits around and attacks. If he becomes targetable, he jumps to A.
Speaking of A, he was an A in the release. Now,
oh yeah. So he at max it gives you 5%, which is cool. His skill does the highest single target damage in the game if you have the proper nanos on him, which, I mean, you have a 3-star, so you obviously aren't going to see a nano on him. But at the highest end, he will one-shot 3 characters in one skill. 3 players in one skill. So specifically, max play, he's an S, but for most players, he's going to be an A.
Yeah, I like the way that he was presented at the beginning. So I'm like, this guy is gonna be the sniper of the companions. He's gonna kill everybody. Yeah, he is.
Still does the thing.
But it's so hard to get him.
Yeah.
It's that
they've only rerun his banner once.
Yeah, and they should do it more often. That's why for me, he should be a B or a C, not because of his kit, but because of how affordable he is.
Well,
so to get him to a level...
Here's something that I think is going to happen, right? We see it right now with the Thor stuff, where now they have a Thor selection box or whatnot, where we have the 4 Thor companions, and it gives you a random Thor thing. That's kind of tied with the Gore invasion. So I'm imagining whenever Gore comes back, then we get a Thor banner with the 4 Thors. I want that the same thing with the Eternals when the Eternal invasion comes through with Crow.
Yeah, and that's...
Give us
people are complaining, well, they're redoing the events. Let them redo Eternals, please. I mean,
3 of the Eternals are ridiculous, which we'll get into. Thor.
The original
Thor
one.
has one major issue with him, or we would be talking about him in the same vein as Icarus, and that's his skill. It's already been reported to the developers. Companion skills go based off of your stats.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have damage, as you see, it's 827% of your damage. So if you have defense pierce, they're supposed to apply your defense pierce. He does not. So he currently hits like a wet noodle because he's not properly applying your stats.
Well, Thor.
He's a C. Immediately jumps to an A if they fix his defense pierce problem. Kate, I'm still trying to figure out Kate. I don't know if I want to give her an A or an S.
For me, she is currently the sniper. Because she was so affordable. Super, super affordable for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
And defense pierce, attack, double attack with the collection. Then her skill, that it is slow.
So the best part about her skill right there is it's double duty, right? So everyone has defense pierce, right? 75%. And then this allows you to go higher than that because while you're going up to 75% defense pierce, she brings down their defense by 15%, which we'll get into when we talk about Cersei, which does the same thing but AoE. Kate is a very good single target, I'm going to fuck you up character.
Yep.
Right now, I'm leaning towards an A, but I could be talked into an S.
Only because she's one of the only humans here in those lists, I'll give her an A. My man, the one that I most love in all the games, but it's so hard to make him a good kid.
Yeah, I mean, he tries, right? So 4.5% attack, 4.5% attack, making 9% attack. Collection bonus being attack. They actually cared about what they did with his stats, but his skill doesn't do what it needs to do.
Yeah.
So he's a nice little stat stick, which even that's kind of falling off with Mighty Thor giving 4.95% attack instead of 4.5. I give him a B.
I would love if his blind was longer.
Or if the bleed, the damage over time was higher.
Yeah. Or quicker. Because sometimes the moment that you see that the countdown is going for the character on PvP, you're dead already.
Yeah.
So it doesn't do the trick.
Now we're going to get into the Wonder Twins.
Yep.
So Cersei, we can't talk about Cersei without also talking about Athena at the same time. Both of their skills, like, they were planned to go together. Cersei does AoE defense down. Athena does AoE attack up. Which, that if you don't have both of those in Alliance Raid, you're not doing Alliance Raid right.
And if they hit it, they heard us from your video. Well, you can do it this yourself, but no.
Cersei and Athena, I had to give both of them an A.
They are combined, solid A, solid S. I use my Tina as my main one, mostly because of the attack up.
Mm-hmm.
So my Spider-Man, he's not a PvP character, but to have range damage decrease and then at the same time just having an extra 18% to my attacks, to my skills, she saved my ass like a bunch of times.
Yeah, like I said, it's just weird because they are the Wonder Twins. You can't talk about one without mentioning the other, just because they work so well together. It's pretty ridiculous. Then your biggest character.
Yeah.
How are you feeling about your Loki?
Same thing as my War Machine. If he was a fraction of how scary he is in the game, as my companion, it would be amazing. But
it's kind of cool. Like I said, when the companions first came out, I always thought of them as a 5th skill. And as a 5th skill, Loki's kind of cool, right? Yeah. Like he does the Confuse and then AoE Burn. Which, remember, because it does do flame damage, if you have flame damage on your character, like Star-Lord, it will do extra damage. But I mean, the meteor everyone can kind of walk out of. The confuse is cool, but it's kind of it can be bad for you because let's say I confuse player one, and then player one kills his buddy. I don't get those points. Player
Okay.
one gets those points.
And that's horrible. They should address that. The thing that bothers me is the confusion is great. When you're swinging around in the middle of the adversary in Alliance War, and then your locus magically appear and makes a confusion is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
But I was
You can
expecting.
catch someone with that.
Ah,
But then they show you their big wong, and
yeah. But then I was expecting to see a meteor shower, and then I have a meteor drop, and that's it. I was waiting for at least like 3
yeah,
seconds.
the only thing you
3
care about
seconds
in the
of
Loki fight is he's untargetable. He's doing a meteor shower. Each one does like a third of your guard break.
yeah. It will
So if
be
you get hit by 3, your guard broken. But I give him a B.
the tier list. The tier list will be on my Discord. At the same time, I will try to push it on Marvel Future Revolution Discord. Let's hope that they don't block it. But you will find it also in Facebook or
Plenty of places to find it, yeah.
yeah. So look at. But again, one thing that you should look right now is Kiger's side. Because if you didn't watch yet, man, our video about the 10 topics, amazing. It's
Yeah.
maybe you agree with all of them. Maybe you just agree with his points. I don't know. I think
Yeah.
you should go there
Watch
to the
the
video,
video
watch,
and
and
let
then
me-
comment.
Let
Say,
us
okay.
know down below if there's anything you think should also be addressed.
Yeah, for sure. Well, man, thanks for this collab, and I'll see you
Yes, sir.
next time.
See ya.